We talking about practice.
This is the hottest sports show that's not a sports show. Let's have a conversation.
What up, world? Welcome to Talking About Practice. I'm your host, the almighty Merz. I got my mans Jay in the building.
Here.
We got a lot going on this next couple of days, man, especially with basketball and hockey. Both game fives. And for the Heat, this might be it.
Unfortunately, man.
This might be it, man.
Every finals, I just want a competitive series.
Yeah.
And I think this might be it, game 5.
And there's Caesars has no respect for the Miami Heat.
Oh, really? Do you know what it is?
It's -9. Nuggets are favored by 9 points. I get it. It's a home game in Denver, and it's like you're gonna win, right? Like you should put the Heat down.
You should win.
Yeah, you should win, but and they've been winning by more, but in double digits when they do beat the Heat.
When they do win, yeah.
So the over under is kind of crazy though. 208 and a half. I think it's been going under.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually don't really know, but I believe it's been going under. So
that means the over is due.
Yeah, the over is due. But yeah, man, what do you think for Game 5? I know we just said it. We think that, obviously, I'm going for the Heat.
Me too.
I want the Heat to win.
Me too.
But
from the beginning, I always thought okay, well, Heat have coach advantage and Coach Spo, and of course, I as much as I like to watch Jimmy Butler play, and I like to see how he turns up in the fourth quarter. They're just outmatched.
Yeah.
Not even in a talent standpoint, because it's kind of hard to determine with how deep both teams can be.
Yeah.
But just in size, and I think we're seeing the X factor coming out now, in that we tend to see every finals, who's that one guy who's not the role player necessarily, but who of the role players is stepping up the most, and it's Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, 100%.
Taking advantage of whoever starts on him. He's just getting to the paint, getting to the bucket, oops, whatever, and he's just bullying whoever's on him.
I've watched him in the pick and pop game, just like Jokic, hitting the 3.
Yeah.
And it's what the fuck? This is not Aaron Gordon's game. And what's been pissing me off as a person who's going for the Heat is you can't do anything about this, but there's times where Aaron Gordon has the best matchup in the world, and he has Gabe Vincent guarding him.
Yeah.
Or he has Max Strus guarding him.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's single-handedly taken both of them out of their offensive game just by how dominant he is over them two.
Yeah, size-wise.
Size-wise.
Pretty much it.
And I remember watching his high school hoop mixtape days, and I'm like, damn, this guy could fucking fly.
Yeah.
And I think with how the Heat want to disrupt games and the flow of games by going into zone, he's a bad matchup for zone because you just put him in a dunker spot.
Mm-hmm.
Got the dump off from the elbow, drive. He'll find his way in cutting to the middle. He's the most dangerous.
Yeah, like you said, he's the X factor. And then also when they do go in that zone, and then you got someone like Jokic, who's a phenomenal passer, right?
Oh man.
I think they had him minus 20,000 to have the most assists or lead the finals in assists, which I don't think he is, but that's just how great of a passer he is, right?
First 30-20-10 game in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. And he could play the low post. He can go to the pinch post. You could put him at the top of the key on the zone. And what the Heat have to do is the Nuggets are comfortable in the zone offense now because they're cutting. And I don't think the Heat are able to adjust to that, or they need to adjust to that and start jamming the cutters, put a body on somebody, touch somebody.
Got to get real physical.
You got to get physical, man. You got to get scrappy. But when you play against the Nuggets and they have size, MPJ, that dude he's big too.
He's big too, and I guess in the first 4 games they were successful in shutting him out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a W for the Heat there. I think because they are so big, the Heat need to get in transition more.
Yeah.
They need to be faster. Probably Duncan Robinson needs to, like, I don't know what it is, but like after halftime, it's like in his head, like, okay, I'm gonna take it to the rack.
Yeah.
But he needs to kind of start off that way.
He needs to, because the way that they've been guarding Duncan Robinson in the pick and roll, because usually Duncan will get his shots off on like a dribble handoff screen or like a pick and roll screen.
So I'm getting him downhill.
Right. But they're playing him over the top because they know he's going to shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. So they're either going to get a hand on the ball, or he's going to have to shoot funny coming from the right side because he's always going to the left. Yeah, that I think he should. I was thinking the same thing, actually. He needs to go to the rack. And both teams actually play the pick and roll pretty well. Obviously, when you got like Jamal Murray and Jokic, their chemistry is insane when it comes to the pick and roll.
Probably the best duo right now.
Yeah, and it's really hard to stop that. Like, I think they should maybe get desperate and double team on or trap on the screens.
Ooh. Because
Jokic is popping out. Then you can move the help side over, or if he does roll to the basket, the help side has to go in. Because if they do dump it off into the low post, you could take a charge, or some Bam could be there right away.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Bam, to start off the series, I've been really impressed. He's really impressed me with his play, because I was worried that he was going to be a little too small in comparison, and he's kind of like been banging it out in the paint. But I found in the last two games that Jokic has kind of been having like some mismatches. There's been a lot of like mouse in the house.
All the time, yeah.
So if they do come through with like trapping off the screen?
Yeah, trapping off the screen.
Like they might just dump it to him, and he's just going to be like clear to the rack because whoever's on him is just small.
Well, when you do take a gamble like that, there's two things that you can do. One, you have to go on the help side, but you can anticipate the pass and get a steal,
right?
Or you take a charge, okay? Because he has to look at the ball when he comes in, and then you gotta get right underneath him and take a charge,
like on the turnaround.
Yeah, as soon as he turns, boom, you take that charge.
That's a Kyle Lowry move right there.
Yeah, exactly. He might be the guy to do it. Who knows? But it's going to be hard to stop the pick and roll or the pick and pop with Jokic. But they need to, if they want a chance to win tomorrow or tonight. It's going to air tonight. But they need to stop it.
Yeah, and I know you have the numbers up, but like we saw in game 2, it's like you need a combination for this series to extend. You need a combination of the Heat to have a phenomenal game and the Nuggets to just kind of be off their game.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a little bit obvious, but like that's kind of how they won game 2 or got that lead in game 2. Pretty much they just need to shoot better. They have a ton of shooters, and like we said earlier, like Strus and Vincent haven't really been shooting the ball.
Yeah, they have to step up, man. And Caleb Martin.
Oh, and Caleb Martin.
Those three guys, in my opinion, have to step up. I was at the gym and I was watching, it was maybe around before game 1 or after game 1, and they put a stat up. I think it was before game 1. The Heat were the number 1 3-point shooting team in the postseason.
Crazy.
Before they went to the finals. They were shooting close to 50%. And that's a big part of their game, like you mentioned earlier. I looked at the shooting percentages for the first 4 games, or the last 4 games in the finals. When they did win, and I got it all mixed up here, but when they did win, they shot 48.6%.
Unreal.
Yeah. But if they shoot in under 40%, they're going to lose. And if you look at the scores, they're low-scoring games. So they're just going to have to outscore the Denver Nuggets, which is, that's how you win games.
Yeah.
But you legit have to outscore them.
But like there's stretches you watch and you're like, wow, Heat can't get a bucket and the Nuggets have so many ways to score.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
they usually
why
score off transition, because if the Heat shoot a 3, Denver gets a
it's
rebound.
A long board, yep.
You know, you notice when Jokic gets a rebound, he always does that fake pass.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he loves that fake pass.
Yeah, it's like a pickup game. But they just move the ball well in transition, and the Heat need to play faster.
I think so. I think they need to be pretty much up and down the court. Where's Tyler Hero?
He's hurt. He still has that hand injury, and I just saw that he's going to be ruled out for Game 5.
Dude, I thought he was going to come back like Game 2.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be back. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, even if he did come back, you can't give him his normal minutes.
Right. So got to ease him into some
game
shit.
flow. But in my opinion, like if he was able to come back in Game 5, it's like, fuck it, man. Like we need to try something new. Disrupt it. Like even if we start off like that.
Yeah,
and see how Denver reacts.
I saw the post-game interview with Spo, and he's just like, we're just focusing on trying to get this back to Miami, get it back to the 305. Yeah. So to me, that's like a signal for like, they're just going to throw out every strategy this game.
You need to.
Yeah. Just kitchen sink game. Like, obviously, it's one more game for the Nuggets, but every strategy, I just want to see it get executed. Yeah,
it has to, like you said, everything has to go according to plan. They have to execute, and they got to hit shots. I wrote down some notes here. These are what I think are the keys for the Heat to winning Game 5. Most of it I already said, but the supporting cast needs to step up. Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin, Max Strus. Max Strus is only averaging 4 points a game.
Been playing ass. Just play Kevin Love over him, honestly.
Yeah, like at least Kevin Love will be a body that, they'll have to play slightly different. But Max Strus, bro, I went to the playing game when they played Chicago, and this dude dumped off like 10 threes in the first half or some wild shit like that. And he needs to start knocking down threes.
And it's not even like we need these people to play out of their mind. Like, of course, that'd be great, and that can solidify a win when someone plays out their mind. But if you just play to your percentages, like, bro, it's such a big help by just doing that. What's that? Do you know what the average NBA game like threes made it? Like the percentages?
I want to say it's
sitting
close
around like high 30s.
Yeah, I want to say it's either mid or high 30s.
Yeah, this man's on like 3 for 20 or something. Like
that. And if you're shooting like mid 30s, you're pretty much an average 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but like as a team though, it should be around like
like in the 30% range, the 30 percentile range. But those guys got to step up. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
And Jimmy needs to play more aggressive.
Yeah, I have an unfortunate thought about this. Jimmy's our guy.
Yeah.
Probably the most fun player to watch so far in the postseason, maybe like up there with Jokic. But he might have burned himself out.
And he does this. Like he did it last time he was in the finals with the Lakers.
Yeah, where his infamous meme came out. Where he's just resting on the side. Yeah. Not resting, but he's exhausted.
Yeah, he was like, yo. And he hasn't even got close to playing. Well, what is it, 48 minutes in a whole game? I think he's like 40 or 41.
I checked last game 45.
Oh, he had 45?
Crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's other people on the squad like 18, 12.
Yeah.
Zeller has 4. Like Zeller got like okay, where's my camera? Zeller got the wingspan of like me, bro.
Yeah.
He got like a 5'8" wingspan, bro.
Dude aged like 15 years and 5 years, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But Jimmy needs to play more aggressive. I think he only had like 13 points in the last game.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to come out and he's injured? Like there's going to be news that he's injured? Because he kind of is playing aggressive, but he kind of like clanks it sometimes too.
Yeah. He's like he shoot and like the turnovers like in crucial parts of the game.
Yeah. Like uncharacteristically, he's already pulling up for more threes, which I think is a great strategy versus the regular season because they're like, damn, this guy doesn't normally shoot threes. But he comes in, pulls it, great. But the last few I've seen just go like line drive to the back of the rim, high up in the air, and that's it for the possession.
Yeah. And I stand corrected. He actually had 25 points last game. My bad, y'all. The way I was looking at the stats, it was backwards. So I was looking at game 1.
It'd be like that.
But here's one thing I wanted to bring up too. Yes, everyone's going to be like, you need to do more. He's the star player, right? Especially when you lose. It's always like, oh, he's got to do more. But having 25 points and 7-7 is like, that's a good fucking game.
It's a really good game.
Yeah. It might not be like LeBron superstar status, but that's a good game.
Like these are the numbers, and this is why it makes a good game. Because when it comes to the playoffs where you're playing people in a 7-game series, and then now it's the finals, people are planning to take away your first, second, third option that you personally have on you. So you got to bring out like a fourth weapon somehow. And so to combat that, like, that's why it's so important for the role players to come in.
Yeah. And Max Strus had 0 points last game, bro.
So bad.
And then Gabe Vincent only had 2. So it's like those 2 guys could legit change the outcome of games if they knock down shots.
Bro, put up like solid 12 points.
Exactly.
Get some fouls. This is also
get to the free throw line.
Yeah, get to the free throw line.
Yeah.
This is also what I thought before the series started to if they could somehow get Jokic out the game, which they did last game, by the way, is get him in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Attack him. He's a big man. This is not a new strategy. Try to get him in foul trouble. He sat for like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter last game, and they still didn't even win those minutes.
Nah, they
were
didn't.
-1.
Yeah. They had a run, but that motherfucker Jamal Murray.
Dude, Jamal Murray's fucking hard.
He's so
bro.
nice. And I've been saying this since they got knocked out in that playoffs. I want to say, was it during the pandemic or the year before?
I want to say it was
or was it the year before?
Or the year before where he was battling with Mitchell?
Yeah, against Utah.
Yeah, and
That was like because he got hurt the following year.
Oh, that's right.
But it showed light into like how great of a player Jamal Murray is about to be, or that he is already.
Yeah, and one thing I really like about him is like when it's like a big moment,
Yeah.
he steps the fuck
He's
up.
there.
Dude.
The thing is, so many times in game 4 where Miami had a run, and here comes Jamal Murray just fucking jogging down, gets a high ball screen, fucking side fadeaway 3 and knocks it down. And then it's like, fuck. But deep down, I'm like, God damn, he's good.
Yeah, he's
That
good.
guy's fucking great.
He has that drive to the paint, turn around, step back, like money.
I heard that his father is a huge Bruce Lee fan, and he basically put his son on Bruce Lee and taught him how to meditate.
Oh, okay.
So Jamal Murray knows how to control his heart rate in usually when the game isn't on the line, and like when most people are kind of stressing or there's some type of like mental chaos going on.
Tight.
He knows how to slow down his heart rate and get his body to react the same way it would in the beginning of a game.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't even notice it until right now. But that's one thing about him. He never looks out of control.
Never. And in my opinion, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Like to me, if they're gonna give an MVP, it's gonna be Jamal Murray.
Really?
That's my opinion.
Over Jokic.
Well, and the reason why I'm saying that is because Jamal Murray has shown up in times where the Heat were coming back.
Yeah.
And it's always him, right? Especially game 4 when Jokic was on the bench.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray stepped up.
Yeah, and that's crazy because it's like we hear in basketball time, it's like a game of runs.
Yeah.
And then for like one man to consistently be able to stop the run
It's Jamal Murray. And he's the one that's feeding the ball to Jokic.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Jamal Murray too.
Yeah.
So like, man, it's not looking good for the Heat to tonight, y'all. But I got a couple more notes on it. They need to avoid switching, which is probably going to be impossible because they're creating defensive matchups on Jokic that are unequal.
Void switch.
Yeah. And it's happening away from Jokic too, like with Aaron Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I had the idea maybe if they jump trap, and just recover. You can recover quick. You don't have to trap for too long.
Yeah.
Just jump trap, play the help side, get him to pick up the ball or dump it off and then retreat.
You know what's really cool about Jokic? It's like he makes the right play. Like when you're watching, right, you're always thinking like, oh, that could have been more optimal. Had it just swung this way or just take the shot at this point. He makes the right play damn near like every time every play.
Yeah. And what I noticed, it's just read and react for him at this point.
Yeah.
He's literally like, okay, here, I'm going to set the screen, I'm popping, they're going to pass me the ball. This defender plays up, I'm throwing the oop down low. This player stays low, I'm shooting the shot. This player helps on this side, I'm swinging it over. Like, this dude looks so relaxed out there. It looks like he's not even trying.
And he wants to pass the ball.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't want to score.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shouts to Jokic, man.
You know what I heard? I heard one of his favorite players was Tracy McGrady.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
He said he liked that someone of that size could do so much.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, well, it kind of makes sense now.
And T-Mac was a beast, man. I love T-Mac. Like, he was one of the guys I loved to watch back in the day.
Yeah.
The early 2000s and stuff.
He's probably the first jersey I chose to get.
Oh, was
like,
it?
Versus like my parents getting me a jersey or something. But like, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get a jersey. It's T-Mac.
Or Orlando Magic joint, or
Yeah,
did you get the
Magic joint?
You got the Magic joint.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. That's hard. And his logo was hard too, with Adidas.
Oh yeah,
the T and then
yeah.
That
And
shit
I had the blue joints, the All-Star ones.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I never thought you'd ever be an Adidas guy, but T-Mac did it for you. T-Mac did it for you.
I love T-Mac.
But yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much a guy. If they're in the zone, they need to jam the cutters because Denver is doing an amazing job cutting to the basket, and Jokic is able to move around, which is deadly in the zone. Yeah, and like I said, they need to jump trap the pick and roll.
I'm trying to think, man, because it's just hard to outscore them.
It is. Well, like you said earlier, if they pick up the pace, they move in transition.
Yeah.
Get buckets that way. Get them in foul trouble. Stop the clock.
Get physical.
Get physical.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Play scrappy.
You get this game. You go back home. You have momentum. Then we get to Game 7 possibly. Like, I'm all for that.
Every game is Game 7 at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every game is Game 7.
And they like to be backs against the wall.
Yeah. We should do like a So you who do you have before I say the next thing? Who do you have
For this game?
for Game 5?
Don't flame me in the comments, but it's probably the Nuggets.
But who do you have?
I'm going for the Heat.
Yeah, let's get the Heat.
I'm
man.
going for the Heat.
I'm
bro.
taking the Heat +9. Fuck it. Actually, I might even put a little sprinkle on the money line. Fuck it, man.
Oh, plus 9 easy.
Yeah.
+9 easy. The last game I was for sure like Nuggets first half. And then I was kind of iffy on the whole game, but like Nuggets first half was my thing. So when I saw it after that, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game, like I think the +9's fire.
Yeah, +9 is actually pretty good. But who knows, man? That shit, the Nuggets could be like, hey, we're home. Let's fucking get it.
I see that.
But we should do like a live stream. Do a live stream.
Reaction.
Call the game.
Oh, call the game. Oh, call the game like like your boys.
Like your boys, KG certified, and Paul Pierce, bro. When you sent that? I had already seen it when you sent me the video, and that shit was the funniest thing ever. Because I just finished the interview with Goose, right?
Yeah.
And I had him do the choose one, shoot one game. And it was between Paul Pierce or Mario Chalmers for him because he's a Jayhawks fan.
Oh, okay. I was like, why these two?
Yeah, he's a Jayhawks fan. But because he's a fan of Paul Pierce too. But after all the like fuck shit he's been on, he hasn't been much. But then he does this shit, and I thought it was so fucking funny. Like, I saw it on TikTok, and some dude was like just bringing in key moments. And the funniest part to me, in my opinion, was when the dude asked for a lighter so he could smoke his cigar. Oh my God. They threw it at him and it hits him in the chest. And he gets hella mad. And he's like, who did that? I'm gonna fucking smack the fuck out of you. And KG's like, relax.
He's like, what's KG saying? He's like, relax. You asked for the lighter.
You asked for the lighter, relax. And it came from this side. Like, he's just saying shit, right? He's like, oh, did it? Like, that shit is fucking hilarious, bro. Like, calm down, dude.
Like, I didn't really like Paul Pierce while he was playing.
Yeah.
It's like I just didn't really like his game or anything like that, or he didn't really have like a personality or anything, right? Yeah. But post Paul Pierce, I guess ever since he was in that at that one party and that he got in trouble for that got him off ESPN.
Yeah, because he was smoking weed or some shit.
Yeah, and he had all the girls in the back. I was like, oh, I ride with Paul Pierce.
Yeah. It's like, yo.
I was like, okay, you're like a normal guy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, get it. So that one moment changed my whole opinion of this guy because I just thought he was a little more boring.
Yeah, and when he hired that girl, the girlfriend the hire a girlfriend for the day joint.
Yo, I hired a girlfriend for the day.
I kind of felt bad for her because like, dude, what you doing, man? Like,
she knew her role. She's like, I'm not gonna get in the screen.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna be right here. So
yeah.
she was a pro.
Hey, as long as the check clears, right?
The check cleared
Yeah.
for sure.
And he's trying to kiss her and shit. And she's like, dog, this ain't
she's
part
like,
of it.
yo, come on.
Yeah, because I went and looked it up. I was trying to see where like if he said where he got him
He
from.
said he did say. Oh, wait,
Did he?
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, KG and Paul Pierce they streamed on KG on their show, right?
It's on KG certified. It's pretty much him and Paul Pierce. They pretty much have like a podcast together.
Yeah, they streamed Game 4 and Paul Pierce showed up.
Yeah, Game 3.
Oh, Game 3.
It's Game 3,
my
yeah.
fault. Showed up to Game 3 and he was lit.
Lit.
Like didn't get lit there. He pulled up like that.
Yeah. He didn't know. He thought that they were just kicking it. He didn't know it was a live stream till later on.
Like all this live.
Yeah, somebody handed him a phone to show him like, oh, fuck, it's a live stream.
KG the whole time too was just like, yo, let's talk hoops. Let's talk
Yeah,
basketball.
let's talk basketball. Look, watch the game. And they start talking about Gabe Vincent, and then Paul Pierce is like, he's not even on the court. Where's he at? And it's KG's like, he's right there, number 2, like right there.
He's got the ball.
Yeah, he's got the ball.
I was like, damn, this guy Paul Pierce is gone.
Yeah, but I looked up like the girlfriend for hire joint, right?
Yeah, because he does say.
He does say it. So I looked it up, and basically, like it's legitimately you just hire them for the day, and they're supposed to act like your girl. Like they give you like a bunch of like positive reinforcement. And like
dude, that sounds fire.
Yeah, they don't like engage in the whole like prostitution. Like
it's not that.
It's not that.
It's like company.
It's company, yeah. And they just, rub your back and tell you they love you and all that shit. Like, they make you feel good. It's so funny to me because it's Paul Pierce, bro. Like, like, dog, like, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course he would say that shit live on it. And then he said, like, his contract was about to be up.
Oh, with MGM?
Yeah, so he's...
Like, damn, this guy is so messy right now.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, yo.
But it was so funny.
That shit was hilarious, man. And
like in a live stream, like I don't know what else I'm looking for. I just want them. I don't really need the commentary, like a play-by-play or something. Like,
yeah,
just
that's
act
perfect.
like you're watching the game. Yeah, that
shit was perfect.
Yeah.
As crazy as weird as Paul Pierce is, bro, that shit was so entertaining to me. I was laughing my ass off.
I want to be
bro.
entertained.
Yeah.
If I want to watch a play-by-play, I'll just have the game on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I already got it.
Yeah, like it's already up there. I wish they did kind of have the game playing, but even if they didn't, I didn't give a fuck because that shit was way like he did a good job, even though I know he wasn't even trying.
Oh, I get it. You could just have the game on, and you just have like your phone or your laptop or whatever nearby, and then you just have KG and Paul Pierce.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. So that shit was fucking hilarious, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we need more of that shit. Like honestly, they might have to make that a whole segment, bro.
I feel like KG doesn't want to do that.
Nah, he
right?
don't. But maybe Paul Pierce could do it on his own. Somebody.
Dude, this whole time, throughout the years, it was actually Paul Pierce was the wild boy.
Yeah, he's the fucking wild boy,
He thought
man.
KG was actually like maybe a little bit difficult to have on TV. Nah.
Yeah.
This
Guy is fucking Paul Pierce, not Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
It's fucking this guy, Paul Pierce, bro. Speaking of entertaining news in basketball, Zion Williamson is part of like this like dirty love triangle. Now it might even be a fucking square.
Yeah.
Because like someone else is involved.
I thought it was a triangle. That's all the hints I got from it. And then I looked at your notes. I was like, damn, this shit got another angle to it.
Yeah, so like for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure you might, or maybe just kind of like glanced over it. So Zion Williamson revealed with him and his girlfriend, they had like a gender reveal party.
Mm-hmm. Looked fire, by the way.
Yeah.
The food looked great.
It looked dope, right? And they looked like they were very happy. And this might be the first time people even thought that Zion had a girl.
Yeah.
And when I looked into it, her name's Akima.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a content creator.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I looked into it, I think they started dating in February.
Of this year.
Yeah, because she just started posting him in March, and people were like trying to backtrack, like when
like
they
trying to
start
timeline
dating.
like their whole relationship.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she showed up to like some Pelicans joint in February,
Mm-hmm.
and she's due in November. So I'm thinking like Zion probably hit like in February, smashed the first night raw, don't know. Just
Yeah,
guessing,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Like from the field, he's 1 for 1.
1 for 1 from the field, yeah. And so they had a gender reveal party, and then a couple of girls came out the woodworks. First, it was this porn star named Mariah Mills. Okay. She was going off on Twitter, basically on some like jealousy shit. It seemed like
she was being messy too.
Yeah, but she was trying to make it seem like she wasn't jealous. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, "Yo, you was fucking with me, and
like last week.
Last week you were talking about moving me to New Orleans, and you was hitting it raw and all this, and you were telling me you wanted a baby, like all this shit, right?" And then
is it confirmed that he's ever been with her though? Like, did people find out that like that was confirmed?
Well, I think she had screenshots of like text messages between him and her. Okay. And I think I seen a picture of him like sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm sure that violates the NDA, but
right. But like that's like what like IG hoes do.
Yeah.
For the I said the receipt, right? When they fall asleep, they do the selfie with the guy in the back, right?
Send it to the girlies, like
like look.
Told y'all.
Yeah, told y'all. So Mariah Mills was on some told y'all shit. And then another girl recently, Yamile Taylor, she's a luxury living consultant, quote unquote. She was coming out the woodworks talking about basically the same thing that Mariah was saying.
Dang. But
But she had money on her own. So she's like, I make my own money. I don't need it. But she was still barking at it.
this is on Twitter also?
Believe so. Either Twitter or IG. But I think it was Twitter because I think they were going back and forth. But anyway, the scandal is the scandal. But obviously Zion is like new to the fucking league, right? He's only played in 3 seasons. He's approaching his 4th, I believe. He got drafted in 2019. Number 1 overall draft pick. He was an amazing high school ball player. Played for Duke for 1 season. He did really good with the Blue Devils. First season, he only played 24 games, got a knee injury.
Crazy.
Second season, he completely missed the season with a foot injury. And this past season, he only had 29 games because of a hamstring injury. So he's only played 53 games in 3 seasons, right?
Nuts.
His rookie 5-year contract, rookie max contract starts next season, and it's for like $194.5 million. It's guaranteed. So just around under $40 million a year. It has a weight clause because he has to stay in shape because my man just,
Yeah, we got like all the science nowadays, and it's like they've been proven that, if you just stayed underweight, you wouldn't have to go through all these injuries.
Yeah, you won't. Exactly. So it makes sense, right? But the guaranteed money can be reduced if he doesn't hit the weight.
Okay.
And it's like between the weight and the body fat percentage, it has to be under 295. But he can make up to $231 million with this contract if he makes the All NBA team. But with that being said, when you have these opportunities come up to you, you're one of the best players. Obviously, girls are going to be throwing themselves on you, right? Like they know what you're made about. Like all this stuff is public information. But my question is, like, when you're someone like Zion, can you be promiscuous with that type of status? Is there a way to like to kind of be under the sheets? No pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, dude. There's been so many people with that have come out into the league just as famous, just as talented. Not maybe talented is a whatever, that's up for debate. But
yeah,
with a lot of women being thrown at them, and they've been able to keep it private.
Right.
With so many examples out there to live by, and a lot of OGs to probably show you the way, you could have done without a lot of this. And I can see why people have consistently said, like, there's a lot of distractions of just keeping them from the game.
Right.
Just play, bro.
Exactly. And it's crazy because if he was playing, I think if he was like hitting at least 80% of the games in the season, Pelicans are a force to be reckoned with during the playoffs. They're pretty much living up to the hype of Zion Williamson when they drafted him. Mm-hmm. This probably wouldn't be as crazy, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he's not performing, which is crazy to say.
Nice.
No pun intended. He's not performing.
He's 1 for 1.
Yeah. Is like, yo, you got to be more focused on basketball, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to say like, yo, because being like someone who was around hoops and basketball, this is high school behavior. We got to remember Zion's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like he come on, how many 22-year-olds do you know that were just out there fucking around? A lot, right?
Yeah.
Like I know plenty of
Most of
guys.
them.
Yeah, most of them that were doing the same shit he's doing. But when you're making this type of money, when you have a lot of eyes on you like this, especially when you're not playing, you're always hurt, you're just kind of like chilling on the sideline with a wild Louis Vuitton stitched leather jacket. Bro, if you're going to be promiscuous, communicate with the girls you're being promiscuous with so they're not out here throwing your name under the water. Maybe find a group of friends, bro, that'll like not be yes men and give you some sound advice, because I think he's out here hitting it raw on all these girls. He obviously got this one girl pregnant. I think they just started dating this year.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I know you got money and it's probably a little easier, but yo, it's just, in my opinion, it's not a good look, especially when you're not performing well on the court.
Yeah.
Your off the court antics are...
It's just extra criticism.
Yeah.
Had you been playing, this would have been whatever.
Yeah, you could have just been like, I don't know who that is, and then we would just be like, nah, he's the fucking greatest basketball player. Who cares?
Like, oh, he got what brand? Okay, cool. He's
Yeah.
gonna play next year. It don't matter. That's all we really care about.
Yeah, he needs to win.
There's no other noise, so like that's loud.
Yeah, this is the loudest shit. So like, if you're gonna be Zion, if you're gonna be this, if you're listening to me right now, which I know you probably aren't, but if you are listening to this, bro, you need to clean it up a little better. And I'm not trying to take, and the thing is, I'm not kink shaming it. This is how you get down, right? If you like to mess around or you like to be promiscuous, if you like to have multiple girlfriends, I'm not hating on that, okay? But like, communicate with them or something.
Yeah.
Because like, they're out here just throwing your name through the mud,
Crazy.
bro. Through the mud. And Twitter is having a blast. Like I had a blast like reading some of the comments.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
Yeah. And I think he just started a foundation too. So it's like for kids. So it's like crazy, bro. It's like, this is the image that's getting thrown around. When you're in the NBA, you kind of have to be a cleaner person image-wise.
Why don't people just get, like, when you're living that type of lifestyle and you're this high profile, why don't, as a man, you just get snipped up?
If you don't want kids, hell yeah, man. You could just be out there doing the do. But then, like, the dangers come with that. Like, STDs get passed around and, you know...
Got it.
You know, people get hurt. You could pass it to other women. And, you know, and that's fucked up. You know,
You still get snipped if you're not planning on having children.
True. If you're not planning, but to him, it looks like he don't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is.
Well, on his T-shirt it said, "Did you see it?"
Yeah, he said, "I'm here just so I won't get yelled at" or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, like, you know, it's classic like Marshawn Lynch type line, but maybe I don't know. It looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah, it looked like he was, man. So, I mean, hey, I'm not hating on Zion Williamson. I just think that your play off the court needs to match the play on the court. And if your injuries are due to you being overweight, you need to start taking it more serious and get in the gym. And, bro, you about to get $200 million, bro. Like, remember, all this shit can just be gone.
Yeah.
You know, which we could segue to the next thing is Ja Morant.
They both need OGs.
Yeah, they need OGs. And I feel like Ja really doesn't have, like, he has yes men around him. He really doesn't have a mentor. None of this shit, man. Like, after the finals, Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, has said that they're going to come up with the decision on his consequences or his discipline for how he's been acting.
Waiting to announce it after the finals is crazy.
Yeah, which means to me, it sounds like it's going to be serious. My homie thinks he'll get a 25-game suspension. I think that's too light, and I'm going to get into it in a little bit here. But I just want to read off the timeline of shit since like last year.
All right, go ahead.
Because this shit's kind of funny to me. So he's threatened mall security with like 9 of his guys for disrespecting his mom. So he pulled up trying to threaten mall security. He punched a 17-year-old kid at a pickup game. Mind you, this is when he's in the NBA already. Allegedly, he shined a laser sight from a gun at Pacers staff in the loading dock.
That red dot.
Then he was waving a gun in a nightclub. That got him 8 games suspension. And then he was removed from team activities for waving another firearm on social media. Like he didn't learn. And now his homies are claiming it's a toy gun.
Bro.
This shit sounds like a fucking kid. These are fucking kids, bro.
Dude, is anyone believing that's a toy gun? I think that makes it worse.
Yeah, like, bro, what is you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's a toy gun. Why even pretend like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and it makes sense because like you got all these old because he's claiming he's Crip, right, or some shit like that.
Is he?
That's what he's claiming.
Okay.
And so all these OG Crips are like hopping on podcasts and saying like, yo, you know, if he ain't really about it, or we don't know him for being in the streets. I think even somebody on ESPN was calling him out for that shit. Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he grew up in the hood. He grew up around Crips in a Crip neighborhood, and he knows that this ain't behavior from someone that's really out there in the streets banging. They don't show their shit.
Yeah, like they're a little bit more serious about this.
Yeah,
shit.
a little more serious. So I think when I was reading through the timeline, I just thought it was fucking hilarious because this dude sounds like a kid, and they are kids. I got to keep reminding myself. Zion's 22.
They're both 22.
Yeah, they're both 22.
Okay.
They're super young, and like they need better people around them.
Yeah.
But when
Straight up.
the thing is, the problem is now with how the youth is coming up in sports. And a lot of them too with the coaches that they're with these AAU clubs. These coaches are just clout chasing. They're trying to get the best high school kids on their team, and you know, sell them coach. All they're doing is throwing them out there 5-on-5. But there's not really any mentorship like there used to be. You know, in college when you used to play back in the day, you were with your coach for at least 2 years, 3 years before you got drafted, and you built a nice relationship with your coach, like Michael Jordan and Dean Smith. Mm-hmm. You know, you have these relationships with your coaches, and they're almost like fathers to you, right? But it's like these kids aren't brought up that way.
Yeah,
they're brought up in the limelight. They're trying to like flex. You know what I'm saying? They don't have these adults around them. They got all these people that are just yes men around them, so they can get the check at the end of the day to hang out with their homies. And it's not showing good for them, bro.
Yeah, like you said, it's like mentorship. There's no one to lead them from pretty much from being boys to men.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Facts though. And it's a little bit discerning to see this because they're such talented ball players. Like I liked Ja Morant when he was in college. And when he came to the league, he was turning out to be one of my favorite players. One of the newer guys, right? Like him, Anthony Edwards. And seeing this shit, it just completely switched my mind state on him. Like, bro, this dude's a fuckboy.
Yeah. But Nike still signed him. Or he's still on the roster.
He's still on the roster. And you know, he's acting like a fuckboy. I'm not gonna say he is, because I don't know who he is, right? Right. I really don't know who he is. But you gotta have better people around you. So going back to the decision here, what are your thoughts on what it might be?
So I heard the number lately floating around like 30.
Okay.
Like everyone's asking me, like, is it over under 30? And just based on them trying to wait it out after the finals to announce it, as well as trying to make an example out of all this, it's probably going to be more.
Yeah.
Like they gave Gil 0. They gave him a season. Yeah. So, I mean, that was in a lot closer terms. That was to the locker room, and that was after a fight with somebody. So, it's a different situation, of course.
Yeah, that was more of a threat.
Probably more than 30.
I think they should give him one. They should go more than 30. But I like to bring up OJ Mayo in this.
Oh, right.
Because OJ Mayo was banned from the NBA for 2 seasons for pretty much drug abuse.
Wasn't he just smoking?
So what it was so long ago I had to look it up, and from what I understand, it was a culmination of things. The first time that he got pretty much disciplined was for PEDs.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then they drug tested him like later on, and they found more than PEDs in his system. They found actual drugs. So they didn't state exactly what it was. Like I think marijuana was part of it, but they also stated that he'd failed the drug test, which included like methamphetamines and like pretty much pills. So he was actually addicted to like painkillers. Oh, okay. I thought we were able to call him like OJ Yayo for a second. Nah. I mean, who knows? It could have been that too, because that was part of the list. Mm-hmm. They just listed everything, and they didn't tell you what the drug was. They just listed it. Mm-hmm. So, but he was banned from the league for 2 years. He had to get reinstated. He didn't even get reinstated after that. Yeah, he didn't come back. That was it. He ended up playing like overseas or some shit, and that's the end of it.
Probably like one of the youngest people to be on Slam or something.
Yeah, I mean he was like in middle school,
Yeah.
damn near. Yeah, and he went to USC. He killed it in high school. He has the most records because he played in high school the longest because he started when he was in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I had the chance to watch OJ Mayo play in high school actually, and he's a monster. That shit was too easy for him.
Yeah. Wait, real quick, how common is it? Like, and how often have you seen it? But how common is it that people in high school will purposely fail or get held back to better their odds, like on like scouting?
It was pretty common for a little bit. A lot of times parents will see that their kid hasn't developed like they want their kid to develop as other kids, so they'll hold them back a year. Or
like famously here is like Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, and it happens a lot more than just Shabazz. Like I see it all the time, and
dang,
usually after their 8th grade season, they'll hide out and they'll play club ball for another year and then go in their freshman year.
Okay, well, yeah. Shout out to Goose. That explains a lot about Perry Ellis and why he was like 30, like playing for Kansas.
Yeah, for Kansas, right? And it happens a lot, and this is why I got to bring up my guy DJ Thomas. He actually he's a ball player from out. He played at Liberty High School. He was a very good player. I've been watching him play since he was in 6th grade, and I always thought he's like league material even as a youngster because of his work ethic. He's a kid that will stay in the gym, and he's locked in for his grades and all that. The reason I'm bringing him up is because a lot of people thought he was like a holdback because his skills were amazing. But he was a true freshman coming into high school, and he's reclassifying to graduate early.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so when he should be a high school senior, he's going to be the starting point guard for UNLV as a senior in high school.
That's better because you get the experience longer.
Yeah, and he's
right?
ready. He's ready for it. And he's like, why am I going to wait? Like, put me in right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, and I'm also a witness. Like, there's no way this guy was held back because this guy was very small.
Yeah, he's a small kid. Yeah, and size wasn't a thing for him because he found a way to play at the hoop.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but yeah. Anyway, shit, I can't remember where we're gonna spring that around. But anyway, I think Ja, man, they should make an example out of him because if this keeps going, it's just they're just gonna allow more of this type of shit to happen in the league. In across sports too.
Yeah.
If they let this shit slide, like with a minimal type of discipline.
Like, it's not that serious. He didn't threaten nobody. No one was in danger. Wasn't violent or anything besides punching the underage kid. But yeah, that's why they do have to set an example. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, it keeps leading up. And Adam Silver did say that they're going to look at his past disciplines and the past things that he's done to see what they're going to do with this one.
Yeah, bro. If you already get in trouble once and then you hop on all the news networks and you're saying like, nah, I've changed. I went to rehab for this.
Yeah.
And then like it happens again like that fast, that early, and it looks like it's not I don't know what the word is, but it's like you don't feel bad about it then.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
how much is he making? 200?
He's up there. I don't know the exact number, but he's up there. Because he's making a lot from Nike alone.
Because if you're making if you miss 30 games, it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. That's a third. It's almost a third of the league of the season. It's more than a third of the season. So if you're going to bring home $40 million in a season and you miss a third of that, after taxes, you're looking at like $9 million for that year.
And to look at it from his point of view, real quick, you getting paid that much, you're that young. Are you really even gonna notice the money gone like that?
Probably not, because
it's hard to spend that much.
He had it on the floor in the strip club.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was on the floor, so I don't think he really gives a fuck that much, man. But that it goes back to the thing, man. You need mentors, man.
Yeah, you need mentors.
You need mentors, and I just don't think kids are playing long enough at the youth level with specific coaches to have those mentors, man.
Yeah.
So. Well, hopefully Zion and Ja, they come out of this a lot better than they have going into these scandals and shit. Because I would like to see them win. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For both of them. So, speaking of winning, we might have a chance here, Jay. Let's move to the NHL, bro. VGK, Go Knights, go. We're playing for our second NHL Finals. Our first Stanley Cup. Game 5 is on Tuesday.
Here
in Vegas. It's like perfect. And we look good on the ice, bro.
Yeah.
You been watching the games?
Yeah. I've
Bro.
been seeing the highlights when I couldn't watch the whole thing, but yeah.
Like, I want to say maybe about 65 to 70% of the game, we're looking good.
Like, we got the puck.
We got the puck. We're looking good. The other
Hell
30%,
yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes like it's just I gotta give credit to the Panthers because they're out there fighting, literally. They're out there fighting for this shit, and they've gotten close plenty of times. This easily could be a 2-2. Easy could be 2-2. And I just can't wait. I just got into hockey like 6 years ago when we first got the team, but I'm so hyped to like be a fan of the Golden Knights and sit down and watch hockey because I never did that besides watching the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. I never lived in a city that had like like their own team or whichever.
Yeah.
So it's like slowly throughout these 6 years, you see like Knights themed everything as you drive through the strip.
Yeah. It's fire. Even just in the city, all the
Yeah, in the
billboards,
city.
like all the billboard, all the corporations, all the local businesses that the Knights sponsor, it's like Knights everywhere.
Yeah, they're claiming them.
Yeah, and it's so fucking dope, and I can't wait. I wanted to go watch the game at T-Mobile. Obviously, I can't afford to get. It's like $600 a ticket, but I'm talking about like just outside
600 at the Bleeds.
at the Bleeds. But I got to keep the tradition going. I've been going to Chris's house every game during playoffs.
You've been saying that's the new juju right now.
Yeah, that's the juju. I just got to keep going. So I'll be there, but I might honestly, if we win, I think I might go out that night.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I might have to go out.
It's gonna be crazy that night.
Yeah,
Might have to have the parade that night.
we might have to just fucking shut the street down. Get these dudes on a fucking the bus on top of the bus like a Lil Wayne video.
Yeah.
And just have them drive through the street, bro. Because that shit is I can't wait, man. Like we need to win Game 5 though. Because if we don't win Game 5, we could push it to a Game 7.
Fuck, man. I just didn't think the Panthers were that good. Like, it felt like we already faced the hardest teams coming up to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we beat the team that's supposed to win the whole thing. So, we've already beat the hardest team in my opinion.
So it's kind of like, it's kind of like when you get up and it's like human nature. You let up and you take your foot off the gas a little bit. So hopefully we can close it out.
Yeah. Are you free on Tuesday night?
I have to check with my handler.
You check with your handler? Yeah, check with your handler because if not, bro, you got to pull up because it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit, man.
Dude, it's going to be crazy right outside T-Mobile.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be crazy. Oh, man, I wish I was there.
They watch it outside on the big screen, right?
Yeah, they watch it. And I wanted to do that, but...
Yeah, you can't break the tradition.
I can't break the tradition.
You've been good. Because you've been watching it you've been watching at Chris' house for the whole finals?
Yeah. And I'm wearing the jersey that day.
Like I wanted to wear my jersey that day, but I haven't been wearing it at all. So I'm not going to.
Fuck it. We're always about this juju shit, man.
I don't like it, man. Because most of the time, I don't know what it is for basketball. I don't have no rituals or whichever. But when it comes to, I guess, hockey now, but with football specifically, I'm I can't wear these draws. Can't wear the jersey, the jacket only on certain games. It's like a whole thing. It's a system.
I feel you, and I respect it. But I think I'm gonna suit up and get ready for this Stanley Cup win.
You might have to put pads on.
Yeah, I might have to. I actually looked into the Stanley Cup. I wanted to research it because it's a very unique trophy.
Right.
It's the only trophy in major sports that gets passed around. It's never remade every year.
Whole ass trophy.
Yeah, whole ass trophy getting passed around every year. There's 5 rings or bands they call them. Mm-hmm. And on the bands for the winner, they always put the team name, the year they won, notable players, notable staff, coaches, all that, right?
Damn, they fit it?
And they fit it on there. But usually each band is about 13 seasons, so they can fit 13 winners. When they fill it up, all 5 bands, they take off the top one, they put it in the NHL Hall of Fame, and they add a new clear band to the bottom.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And so if you win, if you're the first winner for the new band, you're on their minimum 65 seasons.
Damn.
So, but it's going to be dope seeing Vegas Golden Knights 2022, 2023 Stanley Cup champions.
Wait, are you explaining all that? Because we're gonna be the first one. Or
I don't think we're gonna be the first one.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But we're. I was just kind of explaining how it works. But I just think it's super dope because it brings it more feeling than just putting a banner up or getting a trophy made every year.
Yeah.
Like this shit actually means like this been around since the late 1800s, bro.
Yeah, there's like more tradition to it. I fuck with that.
Yeah, like hella lips been on the rim, bro. Hella lips been on the rim.
Yeah,
drinking out that bitch.
All types of alcohol.
All types of alcohol. So I can't wait. That'll be on Tuesday.
All right, let's say, okay, I don't like doing this because it's like getting too ahead of ourselves, but if it's on Tuesday, right? And, you know, God willing, Knights win, blah, 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 blah. When is the parade?
I don't know. So Mikey hit me up. He's working the parade.
He's got the info.
Yeah, he's working the parade. He said, I'm going to have a good spot for y'all. So he's law enforcement. So we're
FBI
good.
open up.
FBI open up. Put us in. So we're going to have a spot for the parade. It starts on the strip and it's going to end downtown.
Oh, sick.
I asked them when it was. They said they ain't got the date yet, which is smart. I'm glad the city didn't put a date on it.
Well, for sure.
That's how you jinx. But I'm assuming that shit if we win Tuesday, it's just probably going to be on Saturday.
Okay, copy. Perfect. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
You feel me, dog? This is Vegas. Welcome. Vegas, welcome. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Jay, before we head out, man, you got anything, any announcements?
If Messi comes to Miami, we have to go see the president.
Yeah, we do. And especially because I like their jerseys, bro. Miami FC.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, and I like I met their marketing director out in Miami when I was out there for a conference one time, and he's a genius. He's a fucking genius. So, yeah, let's go to a game.
Yeah.
Let's fucking fly to Miami.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't get to go, so I'm down to go again.
Yeah. They still might be the worst team in the MLS because they spent all their money on this guy, but I guess that's the draw you get. You have one man and he then becomes president and mayor of the whole state.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's get it, man.
Yeah.
Shouts to Messi.
That's all I got.
August 26th, Family Mart Podcast. We have our first event downtown Vegas at Triple B's.
Woo, woo.
Get tickets at familymartpod.com. Join us every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Family Mart Podcast. And stay tuned, man. I got more guests coming in. Our next guest is another one of my boys that I know, and he is an avid sports gambler, and he's a big sports fan.
Yes, sir.
So we'll have him on the show. So just we appreciate you. Thank you for all the people that tuned into the first episode. We did pretty good, man, for not having nothing. We started from zero, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we did pretty good. And we'll keep giving you guys our insight on some sports news, whether it's fuck shit or it's serious. So hope you guys enjoy. We love y'all. See you guys again. Peace.
Peace.